The Memorial Day Double. Just saying the words sends a shiver down your spine. It's one of motorsports' most demanding challenges. Imagine racing 500 miles at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, then flying to Charlotte, and racing another 600 miles in the Coca-Cola 600, all on the same day. It's an incredible feat of endurance. It tests a driver, a team, and even the machines to their absolute limits. It's not just about speed. It's about stamina, focus, and an almost superhuman ability to switch gears mentally. This isn't something many drivers even dare to dream about. The logistics alone are a nightmare. Think about the travel, the different cars, the different types of racing. IndyCar is so precise, so on the edge. Then you jump into a heavy stock car for NASCAR's longest race. It's a monumental undertaking. Only a special kind of racer would even consider it. It takes a unique blend of talent, bravery, and maybe a little bit of craziness. But that's what makes it so captivating for fans. Few have tried. Even fewer have come close to mastering it. Tony Stewart is the only one to complete all 1,100 miles, back in 2001. Kyle Larson. When you think of raw talent, his name comes up. He can drive anything. Sprint cars, midgets, stock cars, Indy cars. He just gets in and figures it out. Fast. That natural ability is rare. He has this incredible car control. It's like the car is an extension of him. He feels things other drivers don't. That's what makes him so special. And that's why he was the perfect candidate to take on the double again in 2025. His previous attempt was also hit by rain in Indianapolis. Talk about bad luck. But Kyle isn't the type to back down. He was the 2024 Indianapolis 500 Rookie of the Year. That shows how quickly he adapted to those open-wheel machines. He has that relentless drive, that desire to compete at the highest level in any car, on any track. It's a fire that burns bright within him. He races with a kind of quiet intensity. The month of May at Indianapolis is electric. There's a buzz in the air you don't find anywhere else. For Kyle Larson, returning for another shot at the double, that buzz was amplified. He was carrying the hopes of two teams, two fan bases. The number 17 Aero McLaren Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet was a beautiful machine. It represented a powerful collaboration. Everyone wanted to see him succeed. The pressure was immense, but Kyle handles pressure with a calm demeanor. He qualified 19th, a solid starting spot in a field of 33 incredibly talented drivers, the inside of row 7. Not at the very front, but well within striking distance. Indy is a long race. You need a good car, smart strategy, and a bit of luck. The pre-race introductions are always special at the Speedway. When Kyle's name was called, the ovation was huge. Fans appreciate the effort. They understand the magnitude of what he was trying to achieve. It's a shared dream. The start of the 109th Indianapolis 500 was officially delayed. Rain. It's the one variable no one can control. For Kyle Larson, this was a cruel twist of fate, especially given his previous weather-impacted attempt. Every minute lost in Indianapolis was a minute closer to missing the start of the Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte. The clock was his biggest competitor before he even turned a lap. The pressure mounted, not just on Kyle, but on his entire team. Tony Kanaan, the 2013 Indy 500 winner, was on standby. If Kyle got too delayed, Tony might have had to step in. He calculated that Kyle needed to leave Indianapolis by 4:07 p.m. ET. That was the deadline. Imagine that hanging over your head. You're trying to focus on the biggest race of your life, and you know there's a helicopter waiting, a plane ready to go, another race hundreds of miles away. It's an incredible mental burden. The crowd of approximately 350,000 fans waited patiently. The grandstands were sold out for the first time since 2016. Section 5. The green flag waves. Navigating the Brickyard's fury. The green flag finally waved at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Time. The 109th Indianapolis 500 was underway. For Kyle Larson, this was it. The moment he'd been working towards. He had to quickly find his rhythm. He needed to be aggressive but also smart. Indy is a treacherous place. One mistake can end your day in an instant. He had to balance the desire to move forward with the need to protect his car for 500 long miles. And of course, the clock to Charlotte was always ticking in the back of his mind. But the weather wasn't done playing games. Just 15 minutes into the race, around 1:50 p.m. Eastern Time, a caution flag came out. More weather, another delay. This was becoming a recurring nightmare. During these caution laps, teams made pit stops. When the order reshuffled, Kyle found himself back in 31st place. That's a tough spot at Indy. It means you have a lot of traffic to fight through. It means you have to take more risks. The race resumed after a tense 16-minute weather caution. Kyle had his work cut out for him. He had to start picking his way through the field. Section 6. A spin, a crash, the Indy dream shattered. The intensity of the Indianapolis 500 never wavers. Every lap is a battle. Every corner, a test of skill and nerve. Kyle Larson was deep in that battle. He was pushing hard, trying to gain more positions. He was focused on making his number 17 Chevrolet work for him. He knew he needed a good result at Indy, not just for the race itself, but for the double attempt. Every point, every position mattered. The pressure was immense. Then, on lap 92, disaster struck. At 2:56 p.m. ET, coming through the short chute between turns 1 and 2, Kyle's car got loose. He spun, the car slid, then made heavy contact with the outside wall. It was a hard hit, the kind that makes your heart sink. The yellow lights flashed immediately. His Indianapolis 500 was over, just like that. His chance to complete the double in 2025 vanished in that moment of impact. The safety crew was there quickly. Everyone watching held their breath until they saw him climb out of the car. Thankfully, he was okay. He was checked and released from the infield care center shortly after. Section 7. The hectic dash. From Indy's heartbreak to Charlotte's hope. The Indy 500 dream was over for Kyle Larson, but his day was far from finished. There was still another race to run, another challenge to face. The Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte. The transition had to be swift. There was no time for lingering disappointment. At 3:22 p.m. ET, just about half an hour after his crash, Kyle Larson's helicopter lifted off from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The roar of its blades cutting through the air, a stark contrast to the earlier roar of race engines. This is the part of the double that people often underestimate, the sheer logistics, the mental reset required. He had just experienced a significant crash, a major setback. Now, he had to fly to another state, get into a completely different type of race car, and prepare for NASCAR's longest, most grueling event. It's an incredible feat of mental toughness, to compartmentalize the Indy crash and refocus on the task ahead in Charlotte. The journey was a whirlwind. Helicopter to the airport, plane to Concord, North Carolina. His plane touched down at 5:05 p.m. ET. Then another helicopter ride, this time to Charlotte Motor Speedway, arriving at 5:22 p.m. Section 8. The Coca-Cola 600. A new challenge, a resilient spirit. Arriving at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Kyle Larson stepped into a familiar world. But it was a world he was entering under extraordinary circumstances. The number 5 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet was ready for him. His NASCAR crew was there, prepped and focused. The energy at Charlotte is different from Indy. The cars are different. The track is different. And after the day he'd already had, this 600-mile race would be an even greater test of his endurance and resolve. The Coca-Cola 600 is a beast of a race on its own. It's the longest event on the NASCAR calendar. It starts in the daylight, transitions through dusk, and ends under the lights. The track changes, your body gets tired, your mind has to stay sharp for 4, 5, sometimes even more hours. For Kyle, coming straight from the intensity and disappointment of the Indy 500, this was a monumental ask, but he's a racer. Section 9. More Than Miles, the enduring legacy of a bold attempt. Kyle Larson's 2025 attempt at the double didn't end with him completing all 1,100 miles. The crash at Indianapolis took care of that, but to say he failed would be missing the point entirely. What he did, what he attempted, goes far beyond just the final results sheet. He showed incredible courage. He displayed remarkable versatility, and he reminded everyone why motorsport fans love drivers who dare to push the boundaries of what's considered possible. This attempt, his second one, further cements his reputation as one of the most gifted and fearless drivers of his generation. The sheer will to even try the double again, especially after a previous weather-affected run, is inspiring. It takes a special kind of dedication. It takes a team that believes in you. And it takes a love for competition that burns incredibly bright. Kyle Larson has all of that in abundance. He truly lives and breathes racing in all its forms. The impact on his career is significant. It shows his commitment to challenging himself. It endears him to fans across different racing disciplines. People respect effort. They respect bravery.